Eres mi favorito jugador.
Ah, bueno, que gracias.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Obviously, like, hey everyone, okay, I can't do this. Okay, so in order to kind of understand it, we have to backtrack 2 years from when I met. Ugh. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be very interesting. This is my official Gonzalez video part 2. Before we get started, I do want to let you guys know this video is very personal and it's very emotional for me. I hope I can get through this without crying. The names obviously have been changed for personal reasons, but before I get started, if you haven't joined in before or tuned in before, my name is Stephanie. This is my baseball channel, and if you like my tune, you know, no soy DJ. If you like my feed, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell for when I post, thumbs up this video. I'm so scared. It's like the first time I'm actually gonna open up to everyone here. Okay, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. All that fun stuff. Don't forget to thumbs up it. Let me know what you think, what you want to see next. And without further ado, let's get going. So basically, I have to backtrack to before I even met Gonzalez, about, I want to say about a year and a half, because even after I met Cargo, the situation was still going. Saw Cargo, the situation was still going on. So I had met somebody who I didn't know at the time was going to make my life a living hell. It still gives me nightmares to this day thinking about it. I never felt like it was the same after all this happened. But my eyes are already getting watery, I'm sorry. I had met someone who made my life a living hell and changed me in the worst kind of way. Oh, it was basically like mental abuse, if I can put it in a nutshell. This individual knew how to manipulate me into believing everything that he said and coming back every time after he did something that he shouldn't have done. Mind you, I wasn't even dating this butthead, but it almost felt like it because of how it was. And I can honestly say I can count the relationships I've been in. They're all in like one hand, just saying. So I wasn't really like experienced in that kind of a sense. I was pretty clueless, hasta la fecha, clueless. But this person would make me feel really horrible about myself, because I remember I would look in the mirror and say, how come I'm not ever gonna be good enough for him? I remember investing money in makeup to make myself look prettier, to make myself feel better about myself, because I went weeks, and I mean weeks, maybe even months, without being able to look in the mirror and say something positive about myself, because that's how bad the situation was for me. So yeah, I was in a very bad situation and I didn't even know how bad it was. To be completely honest with you, I didn't even realize that I was so in a deep in a hole that I couldn't even get out of, and I didn't even know it. I was so blinded by this person, which I don't even know how, but I was blinded. I was depressed, and to be completely honest, like, I didn't even know who to talk to, because I'll get more into it later in the story. But so basically, this went on for months. I want to say like it was a little bit over a year. No, it was months in. I want to say it was close to a year when I went to a game, and it was like a group. He was there, and he started flirting with somebody in front of me, like right in front of me. Keep in mind, the girl that he was flirting with could not stand me. Like, she hated me with a passion, and a real passion, because she would post about wanting to like fight me or talking about how it's ugly on social media. And I was crying. I started crying at the ballpark. There was like that redo button, so I could just tell myself, don't be pathetic. But yeah, pasó. I was crying at the ballpark, and I had gone down to left field. You know how like the players throw the balls in between the innings? I thought maybe I'll get a ball. I didn't get a ball. And keep in mind, I knew nothing about baseball at this time. Clueless. I just knew from what I saw, and I didn't really watch the MLB during that time frame. It was more or less like I would watch my brother play and my nephew play, and my godson was gonna start playing around that time frame as well. And I see this player on left field. It was left field. He was throwing the ball. He had number 5 on the back of his jersey, and I don't know if it was directly towards me or if it was just to the crowd. But sorry, my ear. Sorry, I'm getting nervous, so I'm just kind of like prolonging. Okay. He turns around and he smiles. And something about that smile that day, I don't know, it was kind of like a lightning bolt went through like my body, because that smile for me kind of brought like positive, but like a light in me. It was kind of like telling me, wow, this complete stranger just gave me this act of kindness without even realizing that he did. And I was like, okay, I need to know who this guy is for sure. I would look at the Jumbotron and I'm just like, wait, all these players buzz by, and I'm like, okay. And I see his name, Carlos Gonzalez, left field, number 5. And I remember just thinking to myself, actually no, I actually said this out loud, wow, he's so cute. It was kind of like Cupid went type of thing. And after the game, I just remember telling myself, like, I need to know who this player is. Like, I want to know about his career. I want to know basically everything, según yo. And I did. I started researching stuff about Carlos Gonzalez. And the more I researched about Carlos Gonzalez, the more I learned about the Rockies. The more I learned about the Rockies, the more it led me to my love of baseball. And I was still caught up with everything with this person. I think it was a little bit after, I want to say about 7 months after I saw Cargo, that I was finally able to remove myself from that negative situation. And I want to say mostly it's because I had invested so much time in learning about this player, his team, and learning about this sport that it actually pulled me away from that negative hole I was in. That little by little, like, I was able to take myself out of that situation that I was in. Which, thank God, because I don't know where I would be right now if I had let myself still be caught up in that situation. I don't even think this channel would have ever even existed because I wasn't into it. Según yo, I was just gonna be like learning about makeup. No. I'm very thankful that I am in the position that I am right now. But anyway, let's get back to the story. Yeah, but kind of lost my place, guys, sorry. Basically, like, I pulled myself out of the situation where it's now to a point that I don't know what's happening with this individual. I don't know where he's at. I don't want to talk to him. He's removed from all social media. I don't want to know anything about him. And I have to say it, but Carlos Gonzalez brought that into my life. It basically, seeing him led me to baseball, which took me out of that bad place I was in. So he basically brought a lot of positivity into my life. But the way he brought positivity into my life, he also brought negative vibes into my life. Not like him in general, it's just the slander I got from it. I remember hasta la fecha, people will be like, you're such a stalker, or you're so obsessed, or le vas a dar miedo when you see him. One, I'm gonna say this, it is not a crime to want to talk to your favorite player. I have never overstepped my boundaries. I have never done anything that is uncomfortable for him. I've never overstepped myself as a fan. I've read articles about people who've actually tried to sneak in to the dugouts and everything. I've never done that. I will never overstep my boundary like that. Why? Because it's not comfortable, and obviously it's not something you should be doing. And I always will, and I know that on my Carlos Gonzalez video that I did post, I did get a comment saying like, well, he's married. No shit, I know he's married. He has a beautiful family. I have never, and I will always say this, I've never said, oh yeah, I'm gonna be his wife, I'm gonna be this. No. I haven't said that. Maybe like in the beginning when I first started like knowing about him, maybe. Now I don't say that. I'm not like that, and I don't say it. But what I don't get is that, well, I get called a stalker for it, but it's me. Guys who follow players around just to get an autograph, because I've seen it happen, or like go around trying to talk to their favorite player, whether it's basketball, baseball, football, hockey, whatever, they don't get slandered for it. How come a girl gets slandered when she wants to just see her favorite player? Think about that. And actually, funny story, well, is it really funny? Maybe a little bit, but I actually stopped talking to somebody because this individual posted on social media about me saying that I needed to find myself a man to pick up my self-esteem issues instead of trying to or obsessing over a player who will never know that I exist. And I remember reading that, and it really it hurt, because one, it's on social media where everyone can read it, And two, it was a huge reference to where people would know it's about me, even though my name wasn't on it. But yeah, so the same way he brought a lot of positive things into my life, it did bring some negativity, because I don't know if it's just people like wanting to like ruin my day about it, or if it's just people who are like envidiosos. I'm not gonna like assume. I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not gonna say, oh, they're just jealous. No. If people want to spit negative energy, that's their issue. It's not mine. But anywho, I mean, I've always have said this, and I don't say it mostly on camera because it's something, this story to me is very personal. I literally recorded this about 5 to 6 times because it's so personal. And I never kind of knew, even now, like I don't even know how this video is gonna come out, because I don't know how to word everything that happened. And it's not a story that a lot of people know, because I kept it to myself. I do have to say this though. No matter what someone's going through, whether it's a heartbreak, whether it's something like whatever it is, don't be the person to tell somebody that, well, people are going through something worse. Would you know that? I guess what bothered me a lot was that I didn't really tell people what I was going through, because I would hear that comment a lot. And I always just tell myself, so yeah, and I understand. People go through way worse things than what I've gone through. But to me, that was the worst thing I could have gone through. Like, I felt like I was breaking on the inside. I felt like I was losing myself, and there was no way I could have ever. I didn't know what was gonna happen to me, because I was so depressed, and there was no one that I could reach out to. And I'm gonna start crying in a little bit, I'm sorry. But it was important for me to get this story out in a way, because one, this was supposed to come out way before any other Carlos Gonzalez video. Two, I get asked this question a lot. It's literally like one of the most asked things that I have. Request. Well guys, I kind of made it through without like bawling my heart out. But let's get back. So to me, and I hope one day, like, again, he either watches this video or I'm able just to tell him this in person. But Carlos Gonzalez to me is like, he's my angel. Because it was, to me, it was kind of, now that I think about everything that I went through and how he came in to my life, I feel like, and I'm not really like a religious person, but this is something that I feel like God put Carlos Gonzalez into my life at the exact moment where he needed something the most. It was kind of, to me, it felt like it was God's way of telling me, you know what, you're suffering, and I don't know, like, there's nothing that I could do to get your head out of it. This is something to distract you. This is something that's going to turn your life around. And it did. And I think that's why I'm so invested in wanting to see him when I get a chance. I lived to see him play. Like, You have no idea the joy that I got watching him play. Even if it was like on TV, but live was just something else. And I know I'm always going to have baseball there. And whenever he retires, like, obviously I'm not gonna see him play all the time, or I'm not gonna see him all the time. But, you know, we follow each other on Instagram, so I know I have some kind of way in to like at least ask him how he's doing. And I feel like I owe him in a sense, even though he probably has no idea what he did in 2013 for me. At least I'm not like bawling my heart, I'm just kind of tearing up. I just want to get this out. I feel like I've shown my personality, but not as much as I should have on here. This story is very personal to me, and I was so skeptical. If this is up, it's because I was able to put myself in the situation where I could get criticized for this. I put myself in a situation where people could talk all this nonsense about me. I put myself in a situation where these videos can be shown to people that aren't gonna like be very trusting on it, and it's okay. I know what I'm getting myself into. I knew what I was getting myself into when I started YouTube. And if the person that caused all this sees this video, then have at it. Digas lo que tengas que decir. I'm just, man, it's crazy to think that it's been so long. It's crazy even now to think that the one individual who I admire the most knows that I exist. It's crazy to think that like someone like him, who's so generous, so humble, so nice, acknowledges this girl, this insecure girl, and talks to her. And I used to think, man, I cannot be as bad as he thinks, because someone like Carlos Gonzalez knows I exist. I can't be the things he used to say about me. I can't be pathetic. I can't be ugly. I can't be all these things because someone like Carlos Gonzalez knew I existed. It's crazy. And I know you guys like saw my last video where I got to talk to him. I wish people would understand why it's so important to me when I see him. Like, I wish you could feel the vibe that's projected when I see him. I don't know what it is. I could be having the crappiest day and I just get to talk to him, even if it's 2 minutes, and it turns my day around. It's like he's this jolt of positivity, and it's the kind of positivity that I should be feeling every day. And I hope that this is able to kind of give you guys an outlook of why I'm so invested in a sport, because not everyone accepts that I'm so into baseball. A lot of guys don't understand it, and it can be intimidating, which is probably why I'm still single, but I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna change, and I've learned this the hard way, but I'm not gonna change to please anybody. You take me as I am. baseball obsessed person. I can say I'm obsessed with baseball, but no one can ever say I'm obsessed with Carlos Gonzalez. He's just someone that I admire, and he's someone who is always going to hold a special place in my heart because he led me to my love of a love of baseball, and I'm always going to be super thankful for him. No matter the time, the distance, it doesn't matter. I'm always going to be his fan. I'm always going to cheer him on no matter where he's at, because I feel like I owe him so much. And okay, ya no lloras, ya no llores, ya no llores, ya no llores. This video is probably all over the place, and it's just probably a lot of me like pausing, saying and a lot, okay a lot. But that's how I am, guys. I'm pretty sure you've seen that in my other videos, but I think this is probably like the first video where I've been really emotional. Other than seeing Carlos Gonzalez, I was pretty emotional in this one, but I mean like emotional, sad wise. Crying wise, porque ando de llorona. That's pretty much it. I gave you pretty much a nutshell, the main reasonings. I obviously didn't give you the full story because I am not ready to open up like that on the internet. Just saying. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video, or at least get a better idea of why I'm such a baseball invested person. Why Carlos Gonzalez is my favorite player. I can kind of say that he saved my life in a way. He's seriously like my angel. And it's funny. I hope I can get the picture to pop up right here. When I went to go see him in Colorado, no lie, it was like a light was shining down on him. Like, you know, kind of like in the movies when they show the angel. And even like with the picture, this I actually might show just the selfie that we took where the light shines down, if you can kind of see what I'm talking about. He's such an amazing person, and I hope that like when the experience video, you guys get to see what I see when I see him. But that's it. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up if you like it or not. Like, just let me know. Let me know if you want me to do any other kind of videos while we're in this COVID-19 quarantine sadness. But that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you guys in my next video. I won't be crying.